That song right there, I must have wrote that in 1970. And I done spent the Sweet Dreams money. The Sweet Dreams was a big number 15 in the nation for me. Done run through that money. But you could sell Coke bottles at that time down to Pack Sack. And you save your Coke bottles, you get the money back, you bring the empty Coke. Well, I did that to call Houston, Texas to a producer that I knew. I wrote this Snow Tomorrow's Down, I figured it would be a hit. And that's the story of that. That's how that was born.
You sang it down the phone to him?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You had it in your head?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I sing it to him. Now, this song here, I was sitting in Oakdale, Louisiana, at my house. No one was there. I was reminiscing about my life, about what it was like. And I wrote that first part of that. You know, that's my life.
Well, yeah, I remember you sang it to me one time. We were coming back from New Orleans. We'd already cut some of the record.
Yeah, but then we went to New Orleans, you put a bridge to it.
Well, what happened was you sang me that song. We'd already recorded a bunch of the record, and all of a sudden you come out and you go, this is a song. We're driving back over the Chapelizod Basin, you and I, in an old Cadillac. And you said, I got this new song. You started singing those lyrics, and at the time you called the song My Life.
My Life.
And I was like, Jesus, it is your life. It's all of our lives in music and chasing that dream.
Music.
And it was called I Ran Down Every Dream, which of course was so perfect because your big hit was Sweet Dreams. And here you are all these years later talking about that. And then I remember we went over it and messed with it and we started writing lines on it. And then I sent it to Elvis Costello. And overnight, he comes back with that big stadium, and I ran down every dream. It's like, wow, and you just got those kind of hooks laying around. I mean, it's a big hook. And it became the album title, the title of our album, the album track off the record.
This song brings back so many memories to me. Used to hang out with Bobby Charles in Abbeville, Louisiana, the great songwriter Bobby Charles. We were hanging out there one night and everybody left. We had a little party there. Bobby Charles moved to that piano and he sat down and did that little thing that he did with his 3 fingers and did that I Hope.
Just played it for you.
Put that in my pocket, son. I knew that was for me. It's one of the greatest ones, and we got a good video of that.
It's gonna be one of the singles of ours, and of course the video we dedicated to our great brother Warren Storm, because you gotta keep on dancing even when you say goodbye.
Yeah, Warren saying goodbye. It's a heartfelt, brain-rendering song. I mean, it'll disturb anybody. I don't care where you're sitting or what you're doing. It'll disturb you in one way or another when you hear that tune.
Everybody's lost somebody they love, but you gotta keep on dancing.
Exactly.
Livin on the Losin End. Originally you wrote it, you called it Redbirds. First time you ever played me that, we were in a hotel room in England somewhere, in the Cotswolds out in the countryside. We were playing Lily Allen's Wedding.
And we were at Dave Ranson's house, the great bass player.
Yeah, he played bass.
We were working this song up to really get it right. And I'm sitting at a picture window and looking outside, and all of a sudden a red bird flies up there and flies away. And there's no other birds on that day. It's a great omen.
And that first verse is, this morning on my front porch swing.
That's it. Oh yeah.
I saw a red bird sing.
That's it.
If that bird can sing, why can't I? And that red bird came and landed right in front of your piano.
Yeah, and that's something. I mean.
That's an omen. That's when you know you got something. You're onto something.
And that's the story of that song right there. Isn't it beautiful? I was in New Orleans and I did the first part of that tune without the megaphone and all that. Right. I went back to my apartment and you and Nappy got in there and started putting that together. And the next morning when I went back, I said, what in the hell did y'all do to my song? Y'all messed my song all up.
It's not the last time you said that.
No, but the second time that I heard that, I realized something different, what y'all put thought into and made that song. Look, that's one of my favorite songs. But Nick Lowe out of England called you.
Yeah.
What did he tell you? He said,
well, yeah. I played him the song, and And you know, the song had been around for a while. The first time I ever heard the song was like in the 90s. Then all those years later, I played it for Nick after we cut it. And Nick said, hey, can we put another verse to it? And we asked him to put a verse to it because it felt like it needed another
Lowe,
verse.
man, asked, and I couldn't believe that. I said, Jesus Christ, you know what I mean?
So he comes with the great second verse on that. And then we had Dr. Sick. I don't know if you know about this. We had this guy, I was listening to the song right towards the end of it, and I was like, we need something that makes it sound more like a circus. And there's this guy that napping you in New Orleans called Dr. Sick, and he plays the electric saw. And so he started putting that saw on
there. Yeah, I remember
so
that.
if you listen well at the end, you can hear that saw, and that's the greatest show on earth, which is Your Life.
The Master Charles Adcock put the saw. I never would have thought a saw would have been on that song, but hey, it's gonna be history. Now that took us out of swamp pop.
Yeah, that ain't swamp pop.
Van Dyke Parks out in California, and he stripped our music off and put this beautiful, beautiful.
It's a genius.
Rendition, man, it's unreal.
But I remember you telling me, which I think is a great moment of the song. I played it for you, and you sat there with your eyes closed and you just got it, because you got so much big music in you. And I remember you opened your eyes and you said, the first time you heard it, you told me, you were sitting right over there in my place, and you said, I wish my mother and father could have heard this.
Oh, yeah. Now this song here, the music to it, and the collaboration in my brain, I saw this happen at a store. A little kid holding his mother's hand,
You never told me that.
and he was crying. And right away, I thought, that's what I used to do when my mama would take me to the store. I was the baby of the family. Take me to the store, I'd cry, I want a candy bar, I want a Coke, I want a guitar, But anyway, I saw that song popped in my head. That's what Mama used to do. I get the weirdest. And I went back in Oakdale, Louisiana, and I wrote that tune. This tune I wrote, it'll make you cry. Man, this is great. And you put on the back of it, it won't be long now till I see Mama again. And just like she'll hold my hand at the end by the heaven. Oh, it's great. And that was collaborated like that. Yeah, that's gonna be a big tune, brother. Only thing I can say about this song here, it's true. As you and I are talking and we're filming this, somebody's losing somebody they're loving today,
Right now.
tonight, this very second. So, and we took that to a higher extreme.
When we talked about, I need somebody to love me even though they know I'm going away.
Yeah.
Everybody's written a love song. Everybody's written a song about falling in love. Everybody's written a song about I can't believe they left me. But I need you to love me even though you know I'm going away. Because no one can hold on to anyone ever. We're all just moving through this thing.
The great part of this is the Texas Tornadoes, the great Augie Meyers.
Yep, all over that record.
They were up for it. They said, "Oh, we'd love to
We
do
went to
that."
Austin,
with you,
Texas
Tommy.
a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And we got Dwala, who was a great drummer, great Latino. I mean, he just got that feel, and it's so similar. The San Antonio beat is so similar to that Lafayette beat.
Same
It's a
thing.
lot. It's a Gulf Coast grease.
But you know, Doug Solomon and I were great friends.
Yeah, that's right.
Before that,
It's just seeing
and,
at your shows at the Lounges.
yeah, we met in the producer's office one time, and I just liked the dude, and he liked me, and boy, what a repertoire in his life that he had. Who else but Elvis Costello would write a tune for Tommy McLain and send it to me, and I didn't understand it at first. Well, let me tell you what happened. Last year, or 6 months ago, my house burned down. And when I went back, and there was only rubble. I can't remember why I was arguing and fighting with people to begin with. It all began to make sense. Elvis Costello, a brilliant mind, a smart person, and a lovable person. It's not that he's rich and all that. He's just a great, great person, you know. And he loved us, and we're friends. And I had his number in my billfold. Used to, man, if I had his number, I said, here's his number right here. Man, all of a sudden, here's Elvis Costello. That song there, I would sit around the house and sing it. And it was okay, but I do that for myself, actually. Then when you took me down to New Orleans, those two little girls, the Jelly Girls.
Jelly Sisters.
Jelly Sisters.
That's right, Tiff and Julie.
That bridge part that they did the voice parts on.
Sound like we're in a cathedral.
Completely knocked me out. That made the tune to me. I was going through it then, son. Falling in and out of love. I thought I was in love. Then I got to looking around me. I wrote this tune years ago. Not only was I in love and breaking up and making up, all my buddies, all the friends that I knew, this was what was going on. Instead of happiness and joy, is if you don't love me, leave me alone. You know, telephones, writing, all that stuff. They couldn't get along, and they would spend all their money. Tonight's a Friday night. Hey man, we would be out missing the girls. Spend all the money you got and wake up the next morning with a headache and she's still not back. You know, but if you don't love me, I got Freddy Fender, the great Freddy Fender, to record that his way. I got a gold record for that. Every night I'm gonna see all the city lights. I'm gonna do everything with silver and gold. I got to hurry up before I grow too old. And I'm Lord have mercy. I cut that with the Boogie Kings.
That song, I remember, you know, that became a hit for you again. You recorded in the 60s, and then Charlie Gillett, I believe his name was, had put on Another Saturday Night with a compilation record of Louisiana music, came out in the 80s, and it went up the charts again in England, and it's just always kind of stayed there. I remember you and I starting to make this record. We went to London to play some gigs, and we tried to hustle up a record deal. We played the 4 songs, all the big heads of a label and the publishing company were there, and they all loved it, they all cried. And you started singing a song about London. I'd never heard it before, and you got them. You hooked them in right there with that song about London for those people who were sitting at office from London.
They started mentioning Irving Berlin.
That's right. They thought you played them. You
that.
played in this song just off the top of your head, and the guy goes, "Oh, that sounds like an Irving Berlin song. We have an Irving Berlin." And I'm like, "Damn, he did it again." Tommy McLain, everybody. I Ran Down Every Dream on Yep Rock Records. This man, there's very few of them left that at age 83 are still writing the best music of their life, and just sings as good as he ever did. I mean,
C.C. Adcock, one of the greatest producers, and we're sitting there telling you about something that's going to explode on you. Get ready.
For Once We're Not Lying from Lafayette, Louisiana.